Hi there, and welcome back to the History of Fleetwood Mac. I'm Anita. Today we're going to be going into 2002, still volume 16. This will be episode 8. And I'm going to start in best order as I can with a little bit of a story to preface this little concert that I'd gone to. My friend Dawn and I, that I mention very often, had a little falling out. It happens. It's happened in our long relationship a few times. And so we didn't talk from about 2000, I'd say about 2001, maybe till about 2005 or so. Come to find out, she'd moved far away. I was still in California. And in the meantime, though, I had made another friend, and that friend is going to be coming up quite a bit in my conversations now, not referring to Dawn. However, it's kind of an awkward situation with this friend. I have nothing but kind words to say about this person, but we don't really talk anymore, and there's just so much more to the story. So some of you who know me probably know who I'm speaking of, and I would just really appreciate it if you don't bring it up like in the comments, like, oh, is it so-and-so? And, I'll just leave it at that. I had found this person online and got to talk to them and realized that we were big, what's going on here? Really big Stevie fans, and, ended up having to speak with that person's mother to let them know that I was not a weirdo. I am a little bit, but that, I was perfectly sane and just a really big fan, and just so excited to meet somebody who was, young and just so vibrantly into it at the time. And if basically this person could come out and play, and I ended up driving down from Northern California to Southern California to meet them and their family and such. And then we just began going on just a ton of journeys to concerts, a lot of Stevie Nicks stuff. And this first concert was really amazing because I think this was probably the first concert we went to together. I was trying to think about it, and between like 2001 and 2002, I mean, I guess it is. I still had my best friend who now lives in New York. She was living in something beach somewhere down Southern California as well. And so it was really cool to be able to go and see her and then go see this other friend. And this friend actually got tickets to a concert called the Concert for Artists' Rights. It featured the Eagles, Billy Joel, Stevie Nicks, and Sheryl Crow. And Stevie was actually a guest of the Dixie Chicks. So it was kind of, it wasn't like Stevie Nicks show or something like that. And this new friend that I had made was really into the Stevie Nicks CD trade ring that was real prominent in the late 90s, early 2000s of, demos and live shows and stuff like that, bootleg trades and stuff. And this person acquired tickets to this concert for like 10 CDs. So like she burned 10 CDs, and CDs, I don't know if you remember, but, they were never that expensive, and they were a little pricey when it was kind of the time to start doing that. But, 10 CDs, that's something like that, 10 or 20 CDs. She got these freaking tickets to a concert. So we ended up going, and the best friend that I speak of, that was Huntington Beach. That's where she lived in Southern California. They actually, her and her then boyfriend, ended up coming with us. And I believe that we gave them the tickets that my friend had acquired for the CDs, and we got slightly better tickets. So it was overall just so cool. And like I said, this friend and I embarked on just an amazing journey of just tons of Stevie show, tons of stories. I just have, again, so much more in the data banks. I always think, oh, I'm starting to run out of stuff. And it's like, oh God, no, we have so much more to go. So I was unable to really get pictures at the show. Actually, I have none really. There was just, I have the newspaper article and stuff you'll see here in a second. But just to kind of sum it up, it was really cool because I had now been with Dawn to like the Andre Agassi benefit, to the Ponder in the Millennium. There was the K-Fog show. There's all that stuff. But, so now I'm just really getting out there. By this time now I'm driving. I did not learn how to drive until really late in life. And I got, a car and stuff like that. So now I'm taking off. Like if there's a chance and Stevie's in town, like my ass is like going to, Northern California, Southern California, Reno, Nevada, it doesn't matter. And so it was really neat to embark on this and go on this show. The show was really a lot of fun because, of course, I was there for Stevie Nicks, but somebody who really surprised me at the show was John Fogerty, who was performing at that show. I'm pretty sure it's this one. Yes. And I love Creedence Clearwater. I mean, a lot of people don't. My friend Dawn actually does not care for them much, but he was phenomenal live. He was so amazing. And Billy Joel, who I've always kind of been hot and cold with, this guy, to be frank, from my personal opinion, having attended the show, wish he could be anywhere else but at this concert that night. He just he was playing really slow songs. Again, this is my take. Other people may have a completely different story or different impression. He just seemed really bored and not really keen on having been there and such. And it kind of turned me off. He played some other cool music, but it's just like, if you get that from a person on the stage when you're in BF Egypt sitting back there, it kind of makes an impression. Like, I didn't go there like hating the guys. So it's like, where else would I have gotten that impression? And, the Eagles, it was really cool. It was the first time I heard Hotel California live. And of course, as we all know, the Eagles, they've broken up, they've gotten back together, they've broken up, all that stuff. So hearing anything from them, it was honestly goosebumps. And I've also never been a really huge Eagles fan. We'll talk about how that changed a little bit later on, but actually in the same year. But yeah, it was pretty cool. So my friend and I embarked on this, and like I said, we got pretty good seats, and all for a trade in CDs and stuff like that. So that was just really cool. So again, it was I guess the show had been split up into two venues, and the one we were at, which is at the Forum in Los Angeles. Again, it was the Eagles, Billy Joel, Stevie Nicks, Sheryl Crow, and then John Fogerty. And I think that might have been it. But then at another venue, there was like Dwight Yoakam and Trisha Yearwood and other people and stuff. So it was really cool that I found an article at all, especially one with Stevie in it. This is the only one I've ever seen. What the heck is back there? Sorry, hold on a second. Oh, that's weird. All right, just something that shouldn't be there. A little piece of paper. So not really talks a lot about her and anything like that, but it's cool that they used her picture because, again, like I said, it was, as I'm pretty sure she was a guest of the Dixie Chicks. So it wasn't about, maybe I'm wrong. I also don't really remember what was played. I seem to think Crow turned up at the Universal during the Dixie Chicks set, returning the favor chick singer Natalie Maines provided when she joined Crow earlier at the Forum. Billy Joel made one of the few pointed remarks during the Forum's 5-hour rock bill, which also featured the Eagles, Sheryl Crow, Stevie Nicks, and John Fogerty. Yes, I really don't remember. Isn't that terrible? That's terrible. I remember I had a freaking amazing time. And it says 5 hours. Jesus. I guess it goes that long, but it sure as hell didn't feel like that. But we were getting some really solid performances from everybody. So what is going on with it? I'm so sorry. Just when I look in this, I'm like, what is this? I'm so sorry. But it was an amazing show. And like I said, got this newspaper article, which is really cool. This is my friend and I, and literally not as a favor to her, but like when we took the picture with the stage behind us, she looked absolutely bonkers in that picture, and she begged me. We're talking from 2002 to never show this. So this is not a courtesy because of the story I just told you. This is from 2002. This little sticker on her because it was a pretty funny shot. But we were just living it up. We were just having such an amazing time. Again, we had just met. We made fast friends, and enjoying the show together. Two people who were really into Stevie, and going to this kind of one-off show was just really, really an amazing experience and opportunity. And I have seen hundreds of concerts, but I'm really grateful when there's shows like this where you get to see a multitude of different people. You're there for one person, but you see some other people. So I probably never would have seen John Fogerty in my life had I not attended that show. I have not seen Billy Joel other than this show. Seems like I have, but maybe no, I haven't. I never saw him with Elton John. I've seen Elton John, but I'd never seen Billy Joel and Elton John. Like I said, I like his music. Now he's somebody that I can talk about, Billy Joel, not being the biggest fan, but like I've got records, and like there's other people that I just don't like, and but maybe have the records or just don't have anything. Billy Joel, I have quite a collection of, but as a performer live, it was really kind of a bummer. Just really not so crazy about it. But Stevie having been there and going to the show, it's just really a great experience. And even though I can't really recall all that happened, I'm pretty sure she did fall from grace, and probably the landslide, I'm sure. But it seems like it was with the Dixie Chicks, but I really just don't remember. And before I did this, because I made this page 100 years ago, I was looking online, kind of like with the K-Fog show, to see if I'd done any review. And I even went back through some old journals to see if I could find anything, but they just weren't in those ones. So again, it might be something I come back around to. Maybe sometime in the future, I'll find other pictures from this and be able to do another page with the review. But again, I'm really blessed to have the ticket, this picture, just having been there, and this newspaper article. So that is my first little foray into 2002. We have some other stuff. This was February. So next up, we have a show that happened in May, which is going to be a surprise. And then we have one more show that happened in 2002 for me in November, and that's a hell of a story. So I hope you enjoy this and come back for my next show in 2002. And everybody, until then, have a great night. We'll see you later. Bye.